I had some people ask me, about self-deprecating humor because I do that a lot in my stand-up. If you don't know what that is, it's just making fun of yourself. Like, not in a realsy way. Don't ever do that. Of course, you don't need to pick on yourself for real. Just for fun. And so I put together some clips of different parts in my stand-up where I actually do the actual self-deprecating humor so that they could see it. So hope you like it and enjoy. So I just got to be, shoot you guys straight. Like, I'm somewhat new at comedy, right? And I'm learning a lot. Like, apparently I'm supposed to have material. This is going to be a long 30 minutes for you guys. Yeah, so smoke them if you got them. I'm not good at this at all. I'm shooting straight. Like, I don't know comedy at all. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard. You ever heard the comedian say, "Hey, that's my light," and they get off? Well, what they mean by that is when, once they've done their time limit, the guys in the booth, they'll turn on this light, that's for them to get off the stage. Well, when I do comedy, they start with the light on. Actually, I got here a couple hours early, and I asked Jerry, I said, "Jerry, when am I going on?" And he's like, "You were serious about that?" He's like, "Go ahead and get it over with now." So I just started to, and he's like, "Nah, you're out in the alley. What's wrong with you?" So, yeah. No, I got material. I do. I rolled one of comedians, so now I got material. So I just hope she was funny, because she was tougher than she looked. So. I practiced on my wife too, beforehand, and she was nice. She gave me good feedback. She's like, "Next time I think you should try comedy." Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. They say, like, in comedy, like, the most important thing in comedy is to be, like, really, really honest. That's how you get good comedy. So, I'm really bad at sex. No, it's true, though. It's really sad. It is. Like, I was having sex with my wife once, and she was like, "Hey, over here." She didn't make that mistake ever again, though. The other night we were having sex, and we're going to have sex, right? And she was already in the bed, and I opened up the bedroom door, and she's like, "That's close enough." No, I'm bad at it, man. I tell you, like, one time I had sex with a virgin, and she stayed a virgin. That's my A game. Yeah, sexy, right? I don't know, but it's hard to stay romantic after 20 years, Like the other night, I told my wife, I was like, "I'm going to make hot, passionate love to you." She's like, "Don't you ever threaten me again." You know what I'm not good at, besides comedy and sex? It's arguing. I'm horrible at it to argue. Like, I hate it. Like, yeah, I'm sure I'd like it if I'd win, but I never do. Anybody here good at arguing?
Yeah, here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, I just saw the women take go right. Oh, hell yeah, I can take half a gun at the same time. I do. That's right. Not me, though. Like, I'm not good at it. Like, if you statted my win ratio, for arguing, like, how they do the baseball players, they get the batting average, like my batting average, I would be the bat boy. I just never win it all. It's horrible, But I'm scared, though, when we argue too. Not so much about the arguing, but my wife's got this ritual before we start every argument. She walks over to the wall and she takes our cross and turns it upside down. What the hell? What the hell? Why did it get so cold in here? Let the sacrifice begin. Well, we've been married for 20 years, so like our arguments aren't that big of a deal anymore. Like we're just finding stupid stuff now, Like she doesn't like me watching football, Actually, I put my foot down on that one. I said, "Hey, this is my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. Cheerleaders." We had this argument, though. My wife likes to sleep in the bed. She likes to leave the shades up, right? So every morning I wake up to this freaking supernova burning my retinas out, I'm like, "Can we please sleep with the shades down?" She's like, well, the cats like to look out the window and pretend that they're outside. I'm like, well, I like to pretend I'm a real man, but you don't see me pursuing my dreams. This is a true story, actually. But I'd be dreaming if I thought I could beat her to that. She's too good at fighting, you know, for me to ever win. Like I tried to make these rules, right? Because, you know, I said, okay, from now on, you're not allowed to use facts or remember things. Because if I can't do it, you can't do it either. But then it just got worse, right? Because then it was just like, oh, I'm got a one-liner on this guy left and right, you know? The one time I said, you must think I'm a perfect idiot. And she's like, oh, you're not perfect at anything, but in this case, you're close. Like in my head, I was like, oh, that was so good. Oh my God. Get back in there, Elvis. Okay. I was like, what does that mean? By the way, a little side to the guys here. First rule in sales is you never ask a question that you don't know the answer to. Because when you say, what does that mean? They turn around and they're like, what that means is we're intellectual opposites. I'm intellectual and you're the opposite. So like at this point, man, I just went out to fight, you know, I'm ready to make up, you know. And I'm like, you know, so I was like, okay, I have an idea. She's like, beginner's luck. Don't cry. Okay, you gotta get in there, man. Tell her she's fat. No, that's a horrible idea. So get tough with her, you're bigger than her. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, that's it. If I hear one more word out of you, that means just one more word, we're gonna fist fight. She's like, good. That's not the word. And you'll never guess it. Well, I guess I should start my act. So I went to this doctor. I don't know if you guys have ever do this. They do all those tests, you know, with the doctors and stuff like that. And I did all those tests, and they had the door open. I knew I was in trouble because I could hear the nurse talking to the doctor, and the nurse said, at this point, tell him it's just okay to give up. I was like, oh no. So the doctor comes in, he's like, well, I got good news and I got bad news. And I was like, all right. He goes, well, the good news is you're in the lead for the highest blood pressure this month. Like, yes. Bad news is your blood type is O sludge. I knew that though, because I heard her, you know, when she was looking at my results, the nurse was like, oh, sludge. So I asked him, you know, I said, well, what should I do? You know, what do you recommend? And he's like, well, at this point, I think, you know, you should just work on your personality. Okay. So I said, well, they said, you know, comedy is the best way to somebody's heart. And he said, let's just keep the goals realistic. Hey, have you been talking to my wife? He's like, no, your audience. Yeah, stupid sugar. I didn't listen to him, though. I tried to work out. I joined a soccer league. Anybody here like soccer? Yeah. Yeah? I hate soccer. Here's my impersonation of soccer, okay? Oh, God. Damn. Sorry, Rabbi. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are like, that guy looks just like an apartment manager. The funny thing is, I am. Oh, that's just so stupid. I am. And when I first got the job to be this apartment manager, like I abused my power, but like in reverse. I was like, you want a new carpet? You got it. You know what? Let's throw in a new AC for this guy too, and that needs to be tile. This pool is stupid. I want it drained and filled every day. Fresh water for everyone. So they had to rein me in. So now I'm the apartment manager, and my wife is the apartment manager. I'm in charge of storage. It went to her head though too, man. That's all she wants to do is talk management and all that stuff. One time I asked her, hey, I said, let's have sex. She's like, you got to give a 30-day notice. I said, come on, let's do it. She's like, no vacancies. Finally, she was having an open house. And she said, before we started, she goes, hey, just so you know, it's a 1-bedroom down there. No 2 bedrooms. After we were done, I said, how did I do? She's like, you were short on rent and you owe me a late fee. Now I'm on a month-to-month. And I can tell when she's really mad at me, about this stuff too, because there's signs, like when she has her morning coffee, she grinds the coffee by hand. You know you're in trouble when they do that. Or somehow she only washes her side of the sheets. And I know when she's really mad, she'll introduce me to her friends as her associate. But I know when I really screw up is when she has to go out and buy herself makeup flowers on my behalf. That's horrible. And then I start feeling like I'm failing as a husband, and maybe the whole marriage is over. And she just forgot to divorce me. I was supposed to do something today, I can't remember. But then she's so damn sweet sometimes. She'll just come up and she'll say, hey, have a nice day. Give me a kiss and smile, And then I'll say, don't tell me what to do. And then she'll go to the cross and turn it upside down. Damn it. Thank you guys. Thank you.